We didn't make a lot of great plays at the end of the game, but every referee in the country knows in the last 2 minutes a coach can call a timeout. I called it twice. He didn't respond to either one of them. So I got a hard time with that. And then the next call I have a hard time with too because I watched it on tape. He initiated the contact. They sent him to the line. I thought there were 4 right in the end of the game that really didn't go our way. So I got problems with that. I feel bad for our guys because we made some mistakes, but for the most part, we played well. You know, we played hard. We made up for Day-Day's absence. Our guys did a hell of a job, and we should have won the game. But you can't miss a timeout call. I don't give a damn. No way. He should be right next to me saying, hey, if you need the timeout, call it. I called it twice. He didn't react to either one of them. And then I don't know how you can not check the monitor because he's at this end, so I don't know how they know which one happened first. So I'm not too happy about it, and the biggest problem I have is no accountability for it. Like, just say, hey, I might have messed that one up. I won't like it, but at least I can live with it. So I got a problem with that. So we made a mistake. We threw it to the corner to Dave Dixon. That's a mistake on our part. You know, I feel bad for our guys because we've had trouble in the last 4 minutes of games. But we had them on the ropes. And we gave up the 3 ball in the corner, which really hurt us. And then we didn't get any breaks. We didn't make any plays either. We had an open 3 with Kareem Rozier, and we didn't make. You know, and we had a couple other ones that we could have made. Just didn't go our way. So I feel bad because our guys showed that they're a good team. They just couldn't finish the job.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, you were clearly demonstrating with 2 fingers something that was happening or had happened multiple times. You've already just answered that. What type of explanation did you get?
So on what, the timeout?
Yeah.
I got no explanation. They didn't think I called the timeout. But with a minute 36 left, they know under 2 minutes that the coach can call a timeout. So evidently he thought the jump ball was before the timeout. But again, he missed the first time I called it. I'm right next to his ass. You know, I'm right next to him. I don't know if you're deaf, but I'm right next to him. As soon as I called it the first time, if he missed it, he should have acknowledged that one. But I had to yell it 2 times. So, and in reality, I like Matt Potter. He's a good guy, but I think he messed it up. So I don't know how much money that's going to cost me, but I really don't give a damn. And again, I know it's a hard game to referee, but you can't make mistakes in the last 2 minutes. And then the call on Kareem, I thought that was a rotten call too. Just rotten. He knew the play was coming. He jumped it. The guy initiated the contact, came into him, and he called the foul on him. Especially after you just called the timeout. Didn't give us the timeout. So you went bang, bang.
What about the inadvertent whistle?
Well, that's what he said was an inadvertent whistle because the jump ball came before the timeout. I'm sure that's what his explanation is. But I don't know how you could be at one end of the floor and know when the jump ball occurred. That's why before they didn't let coaches call timeouts, because of situations like that. I mean, and then, you know, we missed a free throw at the end of the game. We just got to be able to make those. Got to make one. If Kareem makes the 3, the game's probably over. But that's the way it's been so far for us. But the bottom line is, look, we weren't running the regular season anyway, right? You know, we got off to a rough start, so we weren't probably going to win the regular season anyway. So we just have to get better and better and better and win the damn tournament. So we just have to continue to learn and get better. So we had some bright spots today. I thought Matoush and those guys did a good job defensively. We did a good job on their back cuts. You know, it's just a shame we didn't win the game. It's frustrating.
You know, having Day out is a big loss in general, but up until, excuse the last 3 minutes, were you proud of how your team responded without having one of your biggest leaders on the court?
I thought they did a good job. I think we did it in a different way. I thought our shot selection was better. I thought we moved the ball pretty good. you know, a little erratic. You know, we tried to get the ball inside. We didn't score as much as we wanted to in there, but it still changed the way the game was played a little bit. Now we have to be able to throw it inside when it matters. I think that will help us. But they did a good job. Our guys did a good job. It just goes to show you that sometimes the sum of the parts are the most important thing, right? You know, just the whole, how it all blends together. You know, we probably obviously weren't as talented without Day, but we played probably one of our better games all the way around. That's what's unfortunate about it. But we've had those issues throughout the year, you know. We tried to freshen our guys up. You know, we tried to give Kareem and Trey as much rest as we could. We probably did a little bit better job in the first half than we did in the second half. But Kareem did a hell of a job on Jordan King the first half. Really did. He did a really, really good job on it.
Coach, what is Day-Day's status and prognosis?
I don't know. He's not doing great though. Like he's had some struggles.
What
So,
happened?
pardon me?
What happened?
He has a concussion. He's a concussion protocol.
Right.
So he's got headache issues. So we're just trying to get him as healthy as we can and make sure that he's healthy before he comes back. Like those concussions are dangerous things now.
Did he hit his head on the floor?
No, I don't. I think it was a freaky accident. We're not really sure exactly how it all happened. It might have happened before the game, in my mind. In our walkthrough before practice at a walkthrough. That's what we think. Before the last game. So he wasn't having any symptoms before that, and then all of a sudden he got hit pretty hard.
How do you think the guys have handled your juggling of the lineup? Everybody on the same page?
I mean, we gotta have some miserable guys. Let's be real about it. You know, like Andre and Chabi, they can't be very happy. But we did it. You know, we did it with Dayshawn and Trey Williams at Loyola. We just, you know, it's unfortunate, but we're not really sure yet. Like, you know, exactly. I mean, it sounds like an excuse, but like I'm not really sure. Like, you know, like who should be in there at the end? You know, Fusini got beat on the right-hand drive. You know, should that be Jakob? Should it be Trey Williams, or should it be Fusini? Fusini's the best rebounder of the bunch, right? And probably the best perimeter scorer of the bunch, but he got beat on the right-hand drive. Like, so it's a hard. And again, when you haven't had guys for multiple years, you don't know. I mean, ultimately, when we lose games like that, that's my responsibility. I'll take the hit. And I'll take the hit for all the unhappiness, you know, that everybody has. Like, I'm fine with it. I understand it's a results-driven business, and my job's to win games, you know. But I'm not quitting. I'm going to battle to the bitter end, and I think we have a team that can win. We just haven't yet. I mean, we've been in every single game. Even the UMass game was misleading. We could have won. We could have won every single one of those games. Now, Dayton probably is a little far-fetched because we came back, but we were still down 4 with what, about 11 to play, 10 to play, 8 to play, something like that. So we just got to finish the job. We have to be more consistent, but we tried to do the right things tonight, which was encouraging. We just didn't win.
Coach, Richmond is one of the best teams in terms of limiting the amount of turnovers they have. You guys forced 11, which is tied for the most in A10 play for them. What was the plan going in, and how do you feel like you guys were able to execute forcing turnovers on them?
Well, the first thing that you saw is we very rarely got back cut, right? Which for them, that's a miracle. You know, we did a really good job of, you know, taking away layups. And then the second part of it is, you know, Quinn hit those little floaters on us, which, I mean, those are unguardable really with the way the ball screen defense goes. You got to give something, and that's not he's good at it, but it's not a high percentage shot really. So he got those. We did a good job on King, who had, I think, 21 or 22 in the first half against George Mason. I thought Kareem did an unbelievable job on him. Now, he hit some big ones late, you know, which hurt us. And we did a good job on Bigelow. You know, so we did what we had to do. We just didn't finish, which is drives me up a wall. But again, like, it's just the consistency of being able to make plays when it really matters and just relaxing and finishing the plays.
Keith, you've been working on getting the ball inside and working inside out. How do you feel this team is closer to accomplishing that based on what you saw tonight?
I mean, we weren't great in there. Dayshawn went 2 for 11 and Trey Williams went 3 for 6. But when you get it in, look, you got to get paid touches, whether it's post feeds or drives. So at least when we get it in there that way, that everything isn't a drive, and we get it 2 feet to the hoop, which gives you a chance to offensive rebound, which was probably one of our worst performances offensive rebounding tonight. We only got 9. We've been getting double figures almost every night. So, you know, we got to do better. We got to do better than 2 for 11 from Dayshawn. We got to do better, you know, but at least it's a starting point where we didn't have to rely totally on our perimeter people. I thought Dixon did a good job around the rim as well. We just, you know, we had them on the ropes and didn't finish them off, which is hard to take.
Got a very experienced team, like a lot of grad transfers. Does that bring, I guess, an emotional maturity that allows you guys to, I guess, stay level amid stuff that's in your control and out of your control, especially games like tonight?
It's an interesting question, and you know me, I'm always going to answer it truthfully. So sometimes the grad transfers might be more immature than the young guys because their expectation level is a little bit higher because they've played. You know, so, but we have good high character guys. They're going to continue to battle and go to work. You know, they're not happy. They want to win. But we certainly, you know, we played Dayton, who won 10 games in a row. We played them, who won 6 games in a row. We certainly could have won at Loyola. So we just have to win. We need a couple wins before we can kind of get our mojo back. You know, it kind of messes with you psychologically at times, right? Like Jimmy Clark's gonna make those free throws, he just didn't make them. You know, and he's had a tough time at crunch time at times. So those are things we got to help him with just psychologically. Just, you know, just have fun and enjoy the moment, pretty much. Anything else? All right, thank you.